Are you still stuck in a COVID bubble where you lack certainty and clarity about what's going to happen next year? Or have you reflected on the past, learnt from it, and now you're putting together your plan so that you know exactly where you're going in 2021? Hi, this is Grant Herbert, Emotional Intelligence Speaker and Trainer of the Year and Sustainable Performance Coach. And today I want to start a conversation with you where we take a look at how we can use a method that I'm going to teach you to get the results that we want out of 2021. There's no doubt this has been a very unusual year. Plans that we all had coming into the year have gone awry, and for most of us, it's been tipped upside down. We've had to learn to do all these new things like pivot, and we've developed a new normal and all those things, and it's been challenging. And along the way, we've learned a lot of stuff. We've learned some things that we can do differently. We've learned a lot about our own strength and what we've got within us to be able to handle anything that comes up ahead of us. So now that I've helped you to get equipped and ready to move beyond COVID-19, let's take a look at how we can set ourselves up so that we get more done in the first quarter of 2021 than most people will do out of their entire year. For many years, I just ran on the seat of my pants. Whatever came across my world, I dealt with it then. I was never a planner. I was never someone who was organized. And it wasn't until I got that way that I was able to achieve the things that I've been able to achieve so far. So even though we might be more of a creative person, we need to be able to organize that creativity. So no matter what we do, we need to have a plan. You know, we've heard it said before, if we fail to plan, we plan to fail. The thing is, today's plans need to be different to the plans that we used to do. No more can we rely on a 10-year plan where we've got everything in place and we know that we're going to go here and then to here and we're going to achieve these things, because we live in this VUCA world that we've been talking about. Volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous, and the speed of change and the frequency of change is never ending. So we need to look at things a little bit closer than what we did before. What I love to do is I love to have a vision of where I want to be 3 years from now. Do it in a way that I'm speaking in the present, as if it's already happened, and I've got that vivid picture that's out there. As I've said to you before, what I teach my clients to do is when they put those plans in concrete, they just add a little bit more water so it doesn't set too quickly. And that way we're able to, when things change, we're able to adjust our plan without throwing the baby out with the bathwater. And then what I like to do is bring it back to a year from now and have a look at, well, okay, for me to be there 3 years down the track, where do I need to be at the end of the next year? So over this month, I'm going to give you a framework so that you can actually get a plan together so that going into January, you hit the ground running, not wait until February like most people do to even look at what am I going to do this year. I'm not talking about setting New Year's resolutions. You know, we know how successful they're not. It's a proven fact that gym memberships go way up in the first week of January. For the members of those gyms, it's really hard to get on a piece of equipment because there's so many people there. But you just have to wait a couple of weeks and there's plenty of equipment. Because New Year's resolutions are a wish list. There's something that I'd love to happen. But if it's not a plan that has implementation strategies, then it's probably not going to stick. To do the planning for the entire year of 2021, I'd like to introduce you to a 4-part model that I've created called the R4 method. Now, there's a lot of science gone behind this. The reason why it's called the R4 method is that the 4 words that I use all start with the letter R. So let me walk you through them. Let's have a look at a timeline for the next 12 months. So if we were to draw a timeline across the bottom here, that's what it's going to be, or that's going to be our path for that 12 months. Now, what we want to do is we want to have a look 12 months from now, and on that end of the timeline, we want to put the word results. What are the results that you want 12 months from now? So at the end of 2021, when you're sitting down and you're doing your reflect, your refocus, ready to relaunch into the next year, you'll be able to tick off these things. What are they for you? What things do you want to look different to how they look now? So that's the first thing, is work out your results. Then what we want to do, so that we understand what needs to change and what we need to do, is come back to this side and have a look at the next R, which is our reality. The question I ask myself there is, well, that's where I want to go, but how does it look different to that now? So in those things that you've put down as your results, whether they be around your level of development, around, where you live, around your business, around your career, whatever they are, now we look at, well, how does that look now? And we do a reflection, a forward-focused reflection on where we're at with those things. So now that we've got the results that we want and the reality of how it looks now, we've got a gap. And what we then can do is work out, well, what do I need to do to go from where I am now to where I want to go? Now, the challenge is that along the way in the journey, there are always what I call roadblocks. So the next thing that I do is draw a line under that and go, what are the roadblocks that are going to get in the way that would stop me from going from where I am now to where I want to go? Now, those roadblocks could be things like mindsets, beliefs, limiting or false. They could be skills that we haven't yet developed. So I'm not talking about external roadblocks, things that we are not in control of. What I like to do here is have a look at what are the things that I'm currently doing or not doing that have stopped me from already having those results. The next thing is we need to look at, well, to get from where I am now to where I want to go and actually overcome those roadblocks, what are the resources that I need to add? Now, the resources I'm talking about here are, what new beliefs do I need to have? What new behaviors, new competencies, new skills? Who else do I need to get involved? Do I need a coach or a mentor? Do I need someone that gives me that support and accountability? Do I need to do some more professional or personal development? Do I need to learn some more skills? Do I need to learn to either eliminate or delegate some of the things that I'm doing? So what are the resources that are going to help you to overcome the roadblocks and go from where you are now to where you want to go? So that's the 4-part process, the R4 method: results, reality, roadblocks, and resources. Now, we're going to go more deeply into each of those over the next few weeks. And what I'm going to help you to do by the end of December is have a plan ready to go into the first quarter of 2021. So to do that, what we now do with our timeline is we break it down into 4 even chunks. And then we go through the same process of what are the results that I want at the end of March in 2021. And then, looking at those same things, we go through the reality, the roadblocks, the resources, and we get a plan together. But today I just wanted to introduce you to the concept. I want you to start thinking about those things so that when we go into each of those R's, you've already got some information that you can put in there. So over the next month, you can get yourself prepared so that in the first 90 days of next year, you get more results than you've done from your entire 2020. While most people in our country take 2 months off for 2 days of holidays, you're going to be able to hit the ground running. And January is going to be the start of your best ever year. Well, that's it from me for this week. Join me again next week where we unpack the R4 model and we look at setting our results. I'll see you then.